not by your side. Like rain, lay you down and we will slowly rise above our pain, rise above our pain. Baby, can you keep going far away? Found that girl alive, I'm gonna stay, baby. Oh, my song when it's most of the time. I love it's turning through this darkness on my ride. Darkness on my ride. And storm I ride. Storm I ride. You know.
My eye itched the entire time, so I'm gonna take care of that. Got it.
How you all doing? It's good to see you tonight. Thank you for hanging with us. Fun night for me. I get to make music with my friend. And these days, you know, I think you probably all agree. It means that much more to get to spend time with the people that you care about in this world, and so, and especially for me, when I get to make music with them, it's a pretty special thing. So tonight is a set picked out entirely by Alex. And for those of you that are maybe gathering with us for the first time tonight, hi. Welcome. We do this every night. And my name is Adam. And I play in a band, and the drummer in my band is here sitting next to me. And it is a special night when I get to play with Alex with the band, and this is our first gathering in 125 nights that you and I have done something together, right?
Yeah, as far as duo, yes.
Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. So, so a special gathering for me. All right, enough yapping. Should we get to your requests?
Let's do it. Do it.
Sound good.
Take my hand.
I hold on to you, my close, hold you close. You're the one I need the most. From the peaks down to the coast. Stay. Take my hand, take my hand. Take my hand. I hold on to you, my friend. I hold on to you, my friend. We'll best make plans. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Stay together. Dancing till we surrender. We'll fall down when we're done. They know where they can find us. Out here on the run. We'll be dancing till we surrender. Fall down when we're done. They know they can find us out here on the run. So come on over. Come on over. Take my hand. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Take my hand. Hey, yeah, hey, yeah. Cheers. Cheers, man.
Oh, sorry. Forgot to cheers.
Yeah. Well, this is fun. How cool is it, by the way, that I can, play a show with my bandmates in a bunch of different forms, right? Whatever implements we have at our disposal, we can play a show, and these guys sound great together. And I can do shows with each one of them individually, and they are all so much fun to listen to and connect with. They're fun for me to play with, each one of them. It's pretty. I feel like a lucky fella. Okay, so this is a surprise. This was a surprise choice of yours. This is a song I've only played once or twice at a gathering, and it's a song called "Death I Own," and it is not like I was surprised that you chose it, Alex, because it's not like a heavy.
Yeah.
It's not like a complicated. Like you didn't choose a lot of like necessarily
Right.
complicated percussion
Right.
songs.
I think more so we recorded some of this in a hotel room, and I first did it, I did it on cajon.
Yeah.
So it kind of just reminded me of that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Are you playing cajon on the recording of this? Is that right?
We started to in the hotel room, and then we did some revisions. So,
Okay.
But I think there was some cajon.
That's
on it.
cool, man.
Yeah.
All right. She said, speed is your crime. Relax, won't you try a little? We've got all of our lives. And I said, every time we breathe, we both die a little, spinning towards our demise. And it don't work on me. I've been there before, and it don't work on me. And if I die in this world alone, well, it's a death I own. It's a death I own. It's a death I own. They say it's just a free. skepticism keeps me sharp and on the run. It don't work on me. I've been there before. Yeah, it don't work on me. If I die in my world alone, well, it's death I own. It's death I own. Death I own. They say live sacredly. It's your own soul that you're saving. You could be heaven bound. But I say I disagree. Though it's meaning that we're craving, I will do my living on the ground. And it don't work on me. I've been there before. It don't work on me. If I die in my little world alone, well, it's death I own. It's death I own. Death I own. Nice, man. Way to follow me on that. And anytime I start to play the harmonica, it's really like just touch and go as far as what's going to happen with the rhythmic integrity of my playing. And so it's an adventure for Alex to kind of keep me on the tracks. Yeah. And, you know, a lot of you might be interested in this because I think it's an example of just how special Alex is as a musician. There are different kinds of drummers, right? And some drummers really feel comfortable when they play with the band, hearing a metronome in their ear, just a timepiece, clicking off time. They could have that in their head, even though there's something, play a beat. So while a drummer is playing that, right, oftentimes you may see that they'll have like a headphone in or a headset in, or sometimes it's really sneaky. It's an in-ear piece that's wireless, but really there'll be a little thing in their head going. And we call that a metronome for those of you that don't study music or anything. I certainly don't study music, so I want to make sure that we all know what we're talking about. And so Alex, for 8 years playing in the band, was a metronome guy. He was a click guy. He would have that going in every song, and we would practice our songs, and there was 6 of us in the band. 2 drummers. Turtle was in the band, and Josh was playing keyboards, and so there were a lot of people on stage. And when you play with the band, everybody follows the drummer. It's funny, right? Because the drummer's oftentimes in the back of the stage, but musically, whenever you see a band, everybody's following the drummer. The drummer is the engine. They're the heartbeat. And it's hard the more people you put on a stage, right? The more complicated it is.
Right.
And as you may or may not have guessed, I'm not the most consistent front man, rhythmically speaking, and so also hard. And then so Alex would always be on a metronome. And then 2 years ago, we decided to start playing out as a quartet. And we messed with Alex's drum set. That's right. That's when we added the muffler, and now he plays. You can't see it because it's right off camera here, but he's got this hand drum called a djembe. It just looks like a cat T-shirt.
There's a cat
right
T-shirt
now,
on
believe us that there's a drum underneath the cat
T-shirt. It's an
T-shirt.
African drum that I'm hitting with my left hand that you cannot see on camera.
But not only that, I went to Alex and I said, hey, you know what? I kind of want to play these songs. I'd love us to have the freedom to like play these songs a little bit differently every single night. And actually, I'd love for us to have the freedom as a quartet to be able to kind of mess with time, even within a song, to let a song breathe a little bit, which is not to say that we like songs to speed up or slow down. Actually, we work really hard at that, right? Especially Alex and I, because in a lot of ways, we are both leaders on a stage rhythmically, right? And so if one of us is slowing down, we'll bring the other guy back.
Right.
And so we kind of tug on each other throughout the show to try and keep each other. But
it's about the current feeling that you have.
yeah.
Because every show is going to have different energy, and it's not going to be the same way every time. Sometimes a song lives in a different tempo.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Sometimes it'll feel, right? Sometimes we'll be playing a song and it'll feel, really like, it'll feel good. And now we record a lot of our shows, right? So we'll notice that there's like one song is like, maybe it felt really good or really bad, and we'll look back and we'll listen to the recording and it'll surprise us. Because how we were feeling is not necessarily how it was sounding. And so anyways, it takes a talented dude to go from being a guy that's listening to a metronome in his ear all the time to a guy that's not. And that was what I challenged Alex to do, and that's what he's been doing. It's been pretty fun ride.
Well, it's nice in the studio though, when you're used to having a metronome.
Yeah.
When you get to the studio, you're like, okay, I can deal with this.
Right.
It ends up being okay.
Because when you record in a studio, because sometimes, and we will talk about this if you are following us as we're recording our album, right? Because we're going to take you into the studio with us. But when you are recording as a band, you record at different times oftentimes. And so everything, because we're not actually playing together, everything has to be what we call in a grid, which means linked up to a metronome. So everything is mathematically sound, so that Alex can play a part, and I can come in the next day and I can play my part over his part. And because it's in the grid, we can both listen to a metronome in our ear and play together, even though we're not playing together. Kind of interesting. Maybe it's interesting. Maybe it's really boring. I don't know. But cheers. This was a surprise request of Alex's. We did a cruise, a tropical cruise with a band called Max Creek. Great band. And some of our good friends. And when Alex, during that cruise, we learned one of their songs. Song written by our friend John Ryder, called Blood Red Roses. And we loved covering their song on their cruise. It was just a really fun thing for us. And so this was one of Alex's requests tonight. We're gonna try it. It'll be a first for the Gatherings series. So we'll see how we do. You in?
Yeah.
Blood red roses, stars and blood red roses. Try it again. I forgot the words. Sorry, John. Take care of me now. I won't think twice. In and out of the needle. Gave you last advice. Tender hearts. I won't be spared. Coming down from the bottle we both should have shared. Blood and red roses gonna drink the stars and me. Blood and red roses, rainbow eyes you just can't see. Blood and red roses. Blood and red roses, red stars and with me. Blood and red roses, rainbow eyes you just can't see. Blood and red roses, blood and red roses, blood and red roses. Oh, man, that is a great song, and I love it, and I love my friend, and I forgot so many of his lyrics. I was so excited about playing with Alex and thinking about all the different stuff we've been doing. So, John, I owe you another performance of that song. We should do that again together
I think we should.
at some point. Yeah. Oh gosh, and you should check out Max Creek's version of that song. If you Spotify Blood Red Roses, Max Creek, you will see it. You will see it. Okay, you know what we should do? So Alex wanted to play a song tonight that he has never played with me before. He when he was picking out his set list that he wanted us to play, he's like, what is that piano song, that new one that you've been doing? I want to play that one with you. And it's a song called Devil's Kiss. It's my COVID song. And so the only challenge in this format is that I got to move the camera, and I'm going to move it to the side of the piano so that you can see me play. And Alex is going to have to shift over so you can see him too. So we're gonna do that right now. Are you ready, bud?
Yeah.
Okay. How's that look so far? It's got potential?
Let's go with them.
Okay. Can they see you? We could do this too. We can move it. Good?
Yeah, that looks close to what we.
All right. This is called Devil's Kiss. I haven't played this on this piano yet. I was just starting it when I left for California. And I finished it out there, and since we've been back, we've been so busy. I haven't had a chance to play on this guy much. Ain't gonna pull down my mask to take a shot from a stranger's flask. You can lace it so the pleasure lasts. Might as well chase it with the shotgun blast. They die quick in the city I abandoned. Hang out here up in the canyon. No better than to trust the man. Spending my dollar on another fake tan. It's your love I'm breathing. Sipping, leaving. I was there when I made your list. Cut down by the devil's kiss. But your love keeps calling. Like I'm falling. Profiteer vandals look like a cancer. It's a scandal beyond belief, man, to see what the devil sees. People either preach loud like a scholar, or hold signs fist up like a brawler. I know better than to listen to the caller, standing on a box just to call himself taller. The party's over when you get the bill. Look down on the floor at the blood you spilled, bending the truth in a real-time thriller, watching the news just to face my killer. It's in love I'm breathing, trying to flip and leaving. I was there when I made your list, cut down by the devil's kiss. But your love keeps calling, like a bust I'm falling. I can't walk, I cannot resist, cut down by the devil's kiss. I ain't gonna pull down my mask to take a shot from a stranger's flask. You could lace it so the pleasure lasts. Might as well chase it with the shotgun blast. You. Nice, man. Nice. Okay, I'm moving you back. Did I do it all right here?
I think so.
Kind of looks sort of normal.
We're in shit.
Haha. Aw, lots of claps. Aw. Thanks, guys. Yeah. As soon as I wrote, I was really psyched when Alex chose that song because as soon as I wrote it, and I've talked about this, I don't feel super comfortable playing the piano yet, and I kind of, my version of playing the piano is like a piano player's version of what probably sounds like chopsticks, but with Alex holding down the rhythm and driving it, that song is gonna sound so good with the drums, That's all I was hearing when I was writing it, so it feels really fun to play it with you, man.
It was a good time.
Okay, so one of the really great things, and I thought we would do this, so it's interesting when I did a duo with Poche and Karina. When I've done shows with them before, they've had like other sides of them musically that they've kind of exposed. They've been writing songs and they've shared some of that stuff, and I thought it would be cool. I have loved, the band has loved, in its various forms, having Alex along for the ride these last 10 years. We will be on these long van rides, and if there was one person who just rolls with the punches, it's Alex, and he's always in the back, YouTubing cat videos or some other crazy like random things, and drummer videos, all sorts of stuff, right? And every once in a while he'll come out with he'll just say something and it'll make all of us laugh, and we always, when he does, we always say dropping knowledge with Alex Martin. And so I thought that we might be able to do something a little bit interactive to give you a chance to get to know Alex a little bit better. I thought we might just take a few minutes, all right, and to do a segment called Dropping Knowledge with Alex Martin, in which I want to encourage you all to ask some questions of Alex. They can be questions about growing up in Jersey. Before he went to school, he was a big drum corps guy. For those of you that know what that is, he's been on the road with us for 10 years. He has played drums in a million different formats with us. He really digs on cats. I want to encourage you to ask any question you might have for Alex, and I'm going to try and pick some out, and I will ask him, and he will answer right here. All right? Okay. Let's see. I love it. All right, I'm waiting. John wants to know, boxers or shorts?
Boxers or shorts? What does that pertain
I think it's
to?
boxers or briefs.
Boxers or briefs? Briefs.
Classy.
And I have a cat pattern on the briefs I'm wearing right now. And I'm not going to show you that.
You
But
may
it's there.
also be interested to know that Alex boggles our mind, and he will like come on tour. It'll be like a month-long tour, and he'll have like 2 pairs of pants, maybe 3 pairs of cat underwear, and a couple shirts.
It's mostly underwear, but yeah, a lot of these repeats. I'm like Jim Carrey from Ace Ventura. I have the same outfit every day.
Chris wants to know, what are you vaping?
It's nicotine, actually. I quit cigarettes about 3.5 years ago, and I smell better now.
He does smell a lot better right now. It was actually a move that were really proud of him for, because you were a big smoker for a while.
About 2 packs of cigarettes a day, and now it's not that way, and I feel better. So.
Although the next step is, and all of us in the band are like wanting to be a support for Alex on this, because we're hearing now, right, that the vapes can be just as bad as cigarettes, right? So
yeah.
we got to figure out the next phase. Yeah. Favorite big cat, asks Kristen.
Maine Coon.
Ooh.
Oh, if you're talking about big cat, you're talking
think
about like
she's-
tigers, leopards, lions.
Maybe, but what's a Maine Coon? I don't know what that is. Is that like
It's
a
just
big
a cat.
house
It's
cat?
a cat from Maine that's like this tall.
No way.
It's like a dog. But yeah, I like jaguars. I would say was one of my favorites.
All
The
right.
Big cats.
You almost said that with kind of like a little European.
Jaguar.
All right. Who takes care of your cats when you're on tour? Asks Barbara.
Well, I don't have to because my cats are actually with my family in my hometown. So in my apartment in Revere, Massachusetts, I don't have any cats. So yeah, it's my.
We
father
were
and
just
my
talking
sister.
about that. We had a beer up on the roof before
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
playing, and I was like, "How come you and Andrea haven't gotten a cat yet? That seems very unlike you guys."
I'm considering a kitten at some point. I may do it.
How many cats you got back home in Jersey?
I have 3 cats back home in New Jersey. Yeah, they're with my father and my sister. And they're very cute.
I'm sure if you go on Alex's Instagram, you'll see pictures of your cats.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, sure. All right. Let's do 2 more questions. Let's see. Favorite venue to play at, asks Katie.
Favorite venue to play at? I enjoy the Sinclair in Cambridge a lot. Well, it's also really good sound. You know, there's standing room, but people can also be on the top areas too, which is kind of nice. But one of my favorite venues to play at was the House of Blues in New Orleans. It had a setup of kind of a living room, and had an artistic setup of like windows and stuff like that to each side.
That was really cool.
And it was really fun just being in New Orleans, but also I enjoyed that House of Blues specifically.
We were opening up for Corey Smith there, I think.
Corey Smith, we were opening up for them. Yeah, and it was a great time.
Nice. Okay, so I was just kind of scanning a bunch of the questions because they're really firing in now. A lot of people want to know, we're asking some drum-related questions. Who was your favorite drummer? What made you want to start playing drums? So maybe you can answer a couple of those at once.
Well, yeah, my favorite drummer is Steve Gadd, and currently he plays with James Taylor. But he also played with everybody. He's kind of just in that scene of anything. Paul Simon, 50 Ways to Lose Your Lover.
Leave
Your Lover.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a great group. It's historic.
Yeah.
Honestly, he was my influence in drumming because my influence in drumming was doing drumline stuff, drum corps stuff, touring with drum lines. And Steve Gadd did that in the late 60s, early 70s, before he started to actually like tour with bands and stuff like that. So he's one of my heroes.
One of my favorite memories of you on tour is, and it might have actually been down in New Orleans. We were on tour with Corey Smith.
Yeah.
And there was another, and the drumline stuff, I think you guys know, some people may not know what that is, but it's kind of like really badass marching band, but all drummers and all doing crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty intricate and in unison and different kind of stuff like that.
Right. If they were gonna like YouTube just drum corps and they'll see it all, drumline.
Yeah, if they typed in DCI, you would find kind of the caliber of what I was doing.
What does DCI stand for?
Drum Corps International.
So Alex, I mean, these guys and gals train their asses off, and they are all. It's amazing because there can be how many people in a drum corps?
In a drum corps, about 135.
135 drummers, and they'll hit a note. Right? I mean, we work on this as a quartet, right? The downbeat. It's called, if you do it like not quite together, it's called a flam.
Yeah, it
right?
doesn't quite hit
right.
at the same time.
And when a bunch of people clap in unison, it never quite sounds like one hand clapping. It sounds like a bunch of hands clapping. And those are flams that are happening. 135 drummers can be playing the most intricate thing, and it sounds like
it's just like
one drum. Pretty amazing.
Horn players, dancers, everything.
Yeah, it is super impressive. And so we were down in New Orleans, and was it that Corey's drummer at the time, Marcus? Was that his name?
Yes.
And they found out that they had both been in drum corps, and it was like. It was like two dogs sniffing each other. They were so excited about it. And so they got out their drums and they started doing some.
It was an exercise, a warm-up, but I have to find that because it was interesting, and it's still on Facebook somewhere, so I got to find it. But yeah, we warmed up together and did some old exercises that we both know. It's like meeting somebody from a summer camp, that you weren't in, but it's the same kind of summer camp, but you learn the same exercises. So we just both knew it. So we just literally filmed it and did it.
It's one of the one of the many surprising aspects of Alex. When you look at Alex and you hang with Alex, you don't think of him as like a hyper disciplined human being. That is not the descriptive that would come to mind if you met Alex and hung with Alex. But that drum corps stuff, man, is like really. I mean.
Oh, it whoops your butt into gear.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. All right, so let's go to your. There's a request that you had that we haven't played yet. That we played the other day. It's called Dynamite.
Oh, okay.
That'll be fun to play. Thanks for the good questions, guys. I liked dropping knowledge with Alex. Gave his life fighting for the cause. They tell I keep my courage, thinking about my mother. Who's hungry as she was 20 years ago. She lives her life in quiet desperation. For her, there's nowhere there to go. And I know that dream, the hero of the people, a legendary man. I had to do is shake the ground, and I'm standing for the final night. I step up to the fight, and walking up in dynamite. And I got the message wrapped around my body. And success means they will get it loud and clear. And I walk this street, my final destination. Yeah. With the martyr's rhythm, I'm pounding in my ear, holding in my ear. It's a dream, the hero of the people, legendary man. Is shaped down, and I'm standing for the final round. I step up to the fight, and we're going on dynamite. I know. Then it will be a dream. You know the people with the legendary. He shake the ground, and I'm stepping for the final night. Yes, I step up to the fight, dynamite. Yeah. Nice. Woo! Well, this hour's flown by. My Lord. But the good news is, in another couple days, I'm going to be back with my bandies playing this weekend for you. 2 shows on Friday and Saturday. So, so there's more to come with Alex. And I promised you all this last night, and I want to make good on it. It is time to let you all know our plans for this year's Ramble. We have been working on this because, I mean, you gotta understand. And for those of you that are new to the gathering, let me explain. The Ramble is our biggest concert of the year. It's become our biggest concert of the year. Last year was the 10th year we did a Ramble. It is a 1-day free festival dedicated to ending veteran homelessness in New England. So every year, on the Saturday before Labor Day weekend, thousands of people come in from all over the country to hang with us for the day. And we have amazing musicians donating their time and their talent throughout the day. And it's on a beach. And there is an army of volunteers that come out and organize this festival. And man, last year we had like over 4,000 people at the Ramble. And together, at a free festival, mind you, we raised enough money to help 50 of our veteran heroes off the streets and into safe and dignified housing. And it is one of the most humbling and inspiring days all of us get to be a part of. And unlike most festivals, there was never a budget. This thing was duct taped together for years and years. And our volunteers came out and helped us make it happen year after year. And it has just grown into something that is so much bigger than ourselves. And it is an honor to be a part of. What are we going to do this year? We thought. With coronavirus running rampant around our country, it did not feel like a smart and responsible move on our part to host another festival. And it's so hard, right? Because the first year we did this, there were a few hundred people. It has grown to 4,000 people. It is hard to stop that kind of momentum. And so we have been coming up with an idea that we thought would be, well, for us at least, as fun and as exciting, or at least close to it, as the Ramble itself. We wanted to do something that would be worthy of our community coming together and doing something impactful. So here it is. On August 29th, we are going to host a 24-hour non-stop live stream. It is going to start at midnight on Friday night, and it is going to end at midnight on Saturday. Over the course of those 24 hours, we are going to have tons of artists coming on and visiting us online. We are going to have local and regional personalities coming on. We are going to be featuring different nonprofit organizations that inspire us. We are going to be, most importantly though, raising money for our veteran heroes through the New England Center and Home for Veterans right here in Boston. And they have outreach going throughout New England right now. The need to support our veterans has never been greater than right now. And since we came up with this idea, I am telling you, it has been the day that I have been, like, as soon as we started talking about a 24-hour concert, like the idea is so absurd and ridiculous, it makes me almost laugh, which is a good sign. That's how I know it's gonna be a crazy adventure. And that's what we'd like to do with you. We'd like to go on a crazy adventure. I don't know, gatherers. I don't know how many of y'all are up for 24 hours with me. If you are, bring it on. And you know what? If you are not, that's cool too. You can tune in anytime throughout that 24-hour period. You can see if we've dropped or if we're still standing. And at any given point, there will be things happening brought to you from me and my bandies and from other musicians that we love, and through our army of volunteers that from this day on are going to be working around the clock to make a really cool and fun adventure happen. It is going to be on August 29th. It is going to start at midnight on Friday and go to midnight on Saturday. Woo! I mean, come on, how excited are you? I'm really excited. Thank you all for spending the night with us. It's been really fun to be here with you. Thanks, Alex, for being here with me, bud. Let's sing a song to finish it up, okay? Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the wind at our backs. May it always blow steady wherever you roam. May your turn when you're ready to carry you home. May it keep you ahead of the rain. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the heavens above. Some say it's a glimpse of God's great design. Some say it's the science of all things combined. May we look up and always feel wonder. Here is to us all that we see. Here's to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to our good company. Here's to the drink that we share. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to this time that we have. For these moments pass lightly, they won't come again. May our lives all burn brightly, right up to the end. May we live them with joyous abandon. Raise up your glasses. Let us drink to the end of the day. Let us drink to the work when the working is through. Let us drink one to me. Let us drink one to you. Let us drink one to those who aren't with us. Here is to us, and all that we see is to our hearts and the air that we breathe. Here's to around in good company. Here's to the future. Here's to the past. Let us drink one down slow. Let us drink one down fast. Let us drink one as if this night is our last. Here's to the drink that we share. Oh, here's to the drink that we share. Well, woo, this was a fun gathering. It went by too quickly, but it was pretty fun. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thanks to our friends at Well Told for supporting us. Thanks to our team at Rally Sound and Adam Ezra Group for helping us through. And you gatherers are amazing. Can you believe we're 120 something days in a row, and there's still so many of you, and there's still so much love, and there's still so many exciting things that I want to keep doing every night and sharing every night. I feel pretty lucky to be a part of it all. Please stay safe. Keep on looking out for one another, and I'll see you tomorrow.